what's happening with MicroStrategy stocks. Let's take a look at them today. Also, I want to draw your attention to volatility. Historical events are happening. Volatility shows us where the stock is going. We can look at the volatility smile. Everything becomes clear here. Look at the huge temporal shift. Honestly, I see it for the first time in a while. Very rarely do you see such a thing. Also, open interest in options. It only tells us one thing. Let's get back to MicroStrategy stocks. As we can see, over the past month, it has grown by 200%. Just think about it. This stock has grown by 200%. I remind you, for those who are not aware, this stock is related to cryptocurrency. That is, this company holds Bitcoins in its account. To be precise, around 193,000 Bitcoin. If we look at the price of Bitcoins now, which has also increased significantly, but over the past month it has only increased by 60%. The price of Bitcoin is now $66,000. If we multiply $66,000 by 190,000, we get $12 billion. The market capitalization of this company is $20 billion, but it holds Bitcoins totaling $12 billion, almost 13. That's why such a sharp price shift occurred. As you can see again, Bitcoin has only grown by 60% during this time, while MicroStrategy has grown by 200%. In fact, this stock can be used as leverage to buy Bitcoins. But I, again, do not recommend doing this in the future. I will explain why later. So as you can see, we can compare the correlation of these two assets. As you can see, the correlation is practically identical. Well, again, the reason is that this stock holds Bitcoins. Where Bitcoin goes, this stock goes. Also, I remind you, I have been following this stock for a long time. I remember that in the middle of 23, we talked about the margin call of this company, that if Bitcoin fell to $10,000, then MicroStrategy could get a margin call. All this was scary. Here we had a very big drawdown. I remember playing this drawdown through the sale of put options, made good money on it. But as we saw, the volatility here peaked in May. As we can see, nothing happened to the company, and it exceeded its historical highs. Let's look at its volatility and determine its growth potential. Its first volatility just peaks. Over the past period, it has played 70 to 200. If we were buying options, especially call options, there would have been a double profile here. Profit from both price increase and volatility increase, because the option price depends on volatility. Therefore, if you bought some further strike, well, for example, 1,000th, when it was around 560, you would have simply X10 and possibly more. In this regard, options played out very well. Also, let's look at the volatility smile. Strangely enough, the volatility smile continues to be skewed towards lower strike. Although if we take further strikes, the volatility smile is more symmetrical towards both calls and puts. This says a lot. Also, as we can see, this chart is temptingly bullish. If we add more weeks, then in any case the bullish trend persists. It bends down and to the left. But in this case, everyone is looking at growth, and it seems that this stock is unstoppable for now. Let's look at the concentration of strikes at the moment. In fact, the strikes are spread throughout the price movement. As we can see, there's a very large volume of calls at $500, $850, of course at $1,000, of course at $1,000, and the same with puts. There are very many puts at all strikes. This doesn't tell us anything. We can also compare implied volatility and historical volatility, and at the moment, implied volatility is simply huge. Comparing it to historical volatility, strategies to reduce volatility can work very well for us. Again, I've built a strategy to play out volatility reduction in the future. It doesn't matter where the stock will go. The most important thing is to avoid volatility spikes. Let's see where it can go. Before I tell you where this stock might go, I suggest taking a poll that I created in my channel, whether the stock price will rise, fall, or consolidate. Choose, and then we'll see which opinion prevails. Let's go back to MicroStrategy stocks. I remind you of my philosophy. I don't know and cannot predict where the stock will go. If you want clear targets from me, you won't get them. I can't do that. My main task is prudent risk management and building a sound portfolio. Moreover, I don't understand where cryptocurrency will go. It's so unpredictable that nothing can be done about it. And even risk management won't help you here, because it's particularly difficult to manage risk in Bitcoin at the moment since there's no clear consensus. Bitcoin can be played through stocks like Microstrategy as well as through Coin, but this market needs to continue to develop. But what about Bitcoin? It has rewritten its historical highs, at least touched them. I can't say it has definitively broken them, but of course, wherever the price of Bitcoin goes, MicroStrategy stock will follow. So besides managing positions, making a profit here will be extremely difficult. Again, as long as Bitcoin is going up, as long as they're adopting, as long as there's good news, it's quite possible that Microstrategy continue to rise. Again, if Bitcoin reaches $100,000, although I don't believe it at the moment, I can't believe at the moment that Bitcoin will reach $100,000. Well, at least not in the near future. As for me, there should be a significant pullback, and then we can go to $100,000. Well, although purely theoretically, in 2021, Bitcoin showed $60,000. We had a significant pullback of 80% and then went up. Moreover, we have Bitcoin mining halving, so maybe it's all real. I'm just currently concerned about very high interest rates and future tightening of liquidity in the system. But if our interest rates were at zero, the printing press was working, I would tell you that Bitcoin would definitely to $100,000. Well, I can't give you such a guarantee now. Well, again, if Bitcoin reaches $100,000, we can estimate approximately what market capitalization this stock will have. If it has nearly 200,000 Bitcoins, well, let's round it, and Bitcoin is worth $100,000. Then the market capitalization of this company will be at least $20 billion. Currently, this company is worth $20 billion. Do you understand? Besides that, as you can see, it also has a small income. Quite a good margin, therefore I assume that with Bitcoin at $100,000, this stock will have a market capitalization of $30 billion. And if this capitalization is $30 billion, then MicroStrategy stock can grow by at least another 50%, which is almost $2,000. Again, in summary, if Bitcoin rises to $100,000, which I don't expect at the moment due to policy tightening and possible future recession, but if Bitcoin rises to $100,000, MicroStar will be worth $2,000. Again, I am by no means advocating for anyone to buy this stock. In my opinion, if you want to earn on this stock, stay away from it. Why do I think so? Because not losing money is also earning. Because no matter what you do, if you start buying or selling these stocks now, you'll need to set stops if you're a trader, and these stops can quickly trigger due to high volatility. If you buy the stock now, hedging through options will be very, very difficult due to its very high implied volatility. Again, due to its very high volatility. Okay, let's see what I would do with this stock and how I would play it out at the moment. I'll try to build some interesting option strategy. Of course, I won't open it because stick to your logic. Stay away from this stock because it's too dangerous. Excellent. I've roughly built a strategy. Again, by no means should you follow my lead. It's purely hypothetical. What can be done with this stock, especially as you can see, the required margin is $200, 000. I don't recommend anyone to touch options at all. But as we can see, there is a good prospect due to the high volatility, not losing anything. As we can see, the profile at the moment, no matter where the stock goes, looks very good. We can earn up to $33,000 at the peak. We also have one peak at $18,000, and we basically don't lose anything. It's a movement of stocks by 60% if the stock moves much faster. An interesting options position, in fact. You can build a lot of positions, very diverse. You can easily make a profit with options. If you know the rules, risk management, and options construction. I explain all the rules on my channel. Everything is there. Everything is in maximum detail. If something is unclear to you in option strategy, any other questions, write in the comments. I'll answer all the questions. As for the news about this company, new information has emerged. MicroStrategy announces pricing of offering of convertible senior notes. The notes will be unsecured, senior obligations of MicroStrategy, and will bear interest at a rate of 0.625% per annum, payable semi-annually in arrears on March 15th and September 15th. Holders of notes may require MicroStrategy to repurchase their notes on September 15th, 2028. The conversion rate for the notes will initially be 0.6677 shares of MicroStrategy Classic common stock per $1,000 principal amount of notes, of course. This can strengthen its balance sheet. The head of this company, Michael J. Saylor, is certainly a risky guy. There's nothing to say. You can read his biography, but generally such risk ends very badly. But at the moment, of course, he's lucky. He made the right bet on cryptocurrency, and not just any cryptocurrency. It's Bitcoin, because not all cryptocurrencies, as we can see, are growing. In this regard, there are certainly no questions. I have more conservative views in trading with leverage. With trading on credit, buying such an asset as Bitcoin on credit, it's certainly a very big risk and very dangerous. Honestly, if choosing between the MSTR company or buying Bitcoin, I would rather buy Bitcoin than this company. It's my opinion. Yes, of course, as we can see, Bitcoin is up 5%. This company is up 20%. Here, the profit potential may be greater. But again, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency itself seems to me personally a safer asset, no matter how this sounds with cryptocurrency. Again, subscribe to the channel, write comments. Good luck to everyone.